there friends, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if this is your first time here. I'm Ree and this is Weaving Fate Tarot and Divination. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today is day 14 of my 30-day reading challenge. Something I put out for myself just to get me to do a bit more readings for the channel, and so far it's really enjoyable. It's been going well. I've really enjoyed it. I hope you've all been enjoying it also. So as you can see here, 4 cards out, so must be a pick a card reading. Let's go ahead and take a look at the cards. So for pile 1, we have Limitless, and I'm being called to ask you to be drawn in by the images, not so much the words. So don't focus on the words too much. Choose more from the images. All right, so pile 2, we have Embrace Change. Pile 3 is Inner Light. And pile 4 is Guidance. The reason, what I'm hearing right now, my guides are saying the reason for that message at the start about not really focusing on the words but focusing more on the images, it's to get you to tune into how your body feels when you see it. Words, I'm hearing that words will usually kind of spark interest for you, but it's more like your mind is bringing that in. Spirit really wants you to feel it in your body. So take a look at if you have to pause it, but take a look at the images and let that draw you in. Let that be how you choose your piles today. I didn't say what the reading was going to be about. I really feel this is just a message from your spirit guides as usual, but I feel that this is discussing something that's coming into your life. So it's kind of like what's coming in. There might be some of what's going. I know that that's a reading they've been wanting me to do lately, is kind of like a part 1 and a part 2. So we'll see how this turns out today. This might be part 1 of what's coming in. Let's see what else. They want me to pull charms and names, which is why I went ahead and pulled those out. So for pile 1, I have this, an elephant and the shoe. And I'm hearing if the shoe fits. And also being drawn in with actually the style of this charm, how the elephant, it's like woven, loosely woven. I don't know if that has meaning for you. So that is pile 1. Pile 2. There's 1. The little pine cone, tiny little pine cone. That's for pile 2. Pile 3. Your charms are, I call this a key, but I think it's from a music box, and it really reminds me of childhood. Then also this charm, it's like a postcard, and then the rocking horse. You can see that. So that is for pile 3. I'm hearing inner light, inner child. All right, and then for pile 4. Pile 4 has 2. Let's do some math. Don't be too logical about your choices here. And then I also have the lotus. There it is. And that is for pile 4. The names I'm not going to open up. This might not be your name, but it might be a name that resonates with you or makes you think of something, and that's the point of the names. These are channeled names that I just folded up and threw in the bowl. So let's see, pile 1 has several names. I'm not going to open them just yet. As I said, I'm going to open them when we do the reading. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 names. Pile 2. I'm hearing pile 2. You might want to check out pile 1 also because of the names in pile 1. And you'll see it right at the start, so you know if it has meaning for you. So pile 2, 3 names. Pile 2, yes. Pile 2, 3 names. Let's see, pile 3, 1 name. I think there needs to be more than that. Spirit, 2 names. Okay. For pile 4, I have a bunch again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so that's what we're going to start with today. Go ahead and pause it if you need to. Remember, try and be drawn in by the images. And I shall see you at your reading. Timestamps below already. Welcome, welcome, pile 1. You chose the card Limitless. And the charms, Elephant, and the high-heeled shoe, which is quite elaborate, the design on it. And then we have the names. So let's go ahead and open up the names. We have Kanto. We have Jeffrey. Elise. Therese. Fold that right there. Oh, no. And also Lisa. All right, like I mentioned at during the intro, these names may be your name, they may be names of someone you know. They may actually bring an idea or a thought or a memory into your head. And I think that is a part of the message today, and that might be addressing something there for you. Also, this part of the elephant, I'm hearing like see-through, loose, and I heard at the start, right, loosely woven, see-through the elephant in the room. It's time to see through the elephant in the room. And let's get started with that. So I'm gonna pull out some, let's do 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 oracles. I got some tea leaves out today, so I've kind of split them up into 2 piles. Let me show you. I've got 2 piles, and I have a crystal on each, like to help draw me to which one for your pile, because it's easier to pull from one pile than the other. And so for your pile, I feel that we're going with the lapis lazuli pile. Alrighty, so let's see. Spirit, what's coming in for pile 1? What is coming in for pile 1? Put all the names to the side here. That's what I'm gonna do. There we go. So let's get a few cards here. Oh, and we got that one there. And one more. 2 more for you. Red, purple, red, purple. So the colors, and I feel like something's being mirrored back to you, and that might be what the elephant in the room is, something that's being mirrored back to you. So let's start with the tea leaves. So we have throne, position of authority. And we also have rat, someone working against you behind your back. That may or may not be literal. We'll see. We have February, and that goes with rat. And August, which goes with throne. For this pile, I really feel as if something has just happened in your life. You've taken on a new role, perhaps a position of authority in your workplace or within a certain relationship. That's happened this month. That's what I feel like. It really feels like either it's happened already or it's about to happen. And that's going to bring about this situation. And why are you sharing this with us, Spirit? What is it? It's a reminder that whenever something good happens for you, happens in general, to people, there will usually be someone that, is perhaps not as enlightened as you and is jealous about things, or, they wonder why it didn't happen for them, why they didn't get the role. And people will not always agree in how to do things, how to get things done. And that's what I feel is coming in. And so it's kind of a heads up to be open-minded about that, to have that in the back of your mind as you make decisions, as you, excuse me, as you put things into motion within this role that you've taken, that people may not agree with you. And so this message and this guidance is to help you address that before it happens, to maybe take in a bit more input from the people that you're working with, or the people that you're in charge of. If you're a manager, and you're going to implement new rules or policy in your workplace, maybe get a feel for it ahead of time. Get a feeling about how others that you're in charge of feel about it. And if you take that into consideration, it might help you make decisions that could, release some of the energy from this situation that would come in at that point in time. Let's get a bit more information, Spirit. What else can you share with us for pile 1? What's coming in for pile 1, Spirit? What's coming in for pile 1? We have opportunity. So maybe this hasn't happened yet. Maybe this is something that's coming in. But this also might speak to have the opportunity to do things differently than you would otherwise if you hadn't gotten others' input. Yeah, you know what I mean? All right. And we have 2 cards. We have You Are More and Transformation. Hope you can see all of those. So, you are more. So even if, this energy sticks around, and it might, but it might be lessened by the opportunity to really, transform how you do things, or how you work with others, or how you lead others. But even if it's lessened, you can't always make everybody happy, right? That just doesn't happen. So many different people, different ways of thinking, different levels of people on the spectrum of self-awareness and spiritual ascension. So remember that even though you might be getting, criticism or pushback, that doesn't mean that you're not in the right place, that you're not doing the right thing, that you're not doing the best that you can. Don't let any criticism make you feel less than, because you are more. And you, for some of you in this pile, I feel like maybe you haven't taken a chance on moving up. You haven't to another level of authority, of, you know, like moving from, say you're you know, a line worker and you want to move up to the like shift manager or something. So for some of you, maybe you're like, oh, maybe I can't do it, or maybe I don't want to deal with this sort of, you know, criticism. But Spirit is encouraging you to go ahead and apply, go ahead and see that through, because you should be, that's your path here. That is the energy that I'm seeing here, is that this is for you. This is a path that you should be taking, because it's going to open even more opportunity and doors to you. It likely won't be the be all end all of you know, where you're headed. There's a lot more for you. There's this huge, like, you're limitless. you're more than where you're at now. It will expand energetically. You're more than where you're at now. And that's the transformation they're wanting you to go ahead and step into that. Step into it. It's there waiting for you. Step into that transformation. And it doesn't matter how old you are. That's what I'm hearing. That there is expansion there for those of you listening in this pile. All right, let's see. Could I get a few more messages here, Spirit? What else do you want to share with? What else do you want to share with pile one? Let's get tarot cards instead. Let's see. Can we get a little bit more information about what's coming in? Obviously, time is now. So Page of Swords and Two of Swords. And yeah, that's what I was feeling like. There might be some indecision on the part of some of you. And Spirit is saying, just go for it. Just go for it. And also concerning this energy here, by the time you get to February, you'll be able to discern what is valuable criticism and what is not, right? That you'll be able to, the things that you're fearing about stepping into this role of authority or this new position, the things that you're fearing won't really have a huge effect on you. It won't really matter. By that point in time, I think that the energy will have stabilized, this confidence, self-confidence, knowledge of this role, this new role, and it won't be as big of a deal for you as you think it is now, or the fear that you have about stepping into this role will not, it'll go away. It'll just kind of dissipate. That's kind of what I'm getting. And I'm not sure with the elephant in the room. So they're drawing my eyes to the rat and the elephant. And again, I'm hearing time to see through the elephant in the room. And if you know that there is someone particular in your circle or in your circle that doesn't have your best interests at heart, you can, there's two things that you could do. You can either confront them about it and cut them out completely of your circle of confidence, or you could just kind of let it blow over. You can kind of just let it blow over. I feel like I'm looking at that. I'm hearing blow them out of your life. Just cut them out of your life. Just, you're more than that. You don't need that energy in your life. And that's specific for whoever here is knows who that person is, that is the elephant in the room. You can just speak up, cut them out, be confident in yourself and your ability, because you are more, and this is a path of transformation for you to your limitless self. Yeah, I don't feel like there are any limits on you. There's nothing really holding you in. It's kind of like things are flowing in now. Like you've done quite a bit of work already on becoming limitless or working on your boundaries. You've done a lot of work already that you're able to flow. Like I feel there is flow in your energy. For most of you, there is just this beautiful flow of energy. And so expand on that. Use that to help you as you take advantage of opportunities and move up. So this is guidance that encourages you to go for it, to expand, to step up a bit more into more leadership roles, and not let fear of what others think or how others might react, or just nastiness from some people. You just don't let that bother you, because you're more than that. That's what I'm hearing. All right, do we have anything else you'd like to share, Spirit, about what's coming in? I think we need another oracle. I know we only got 2 tarot cards here. Let's get another oracle and maybe 2 more tarot cards. Anything else for pile 1, Spirit? Anything else coming in for pile 1? Healing waters. And the thing that drew my eye immediately was the fox. The fox. Even I have a cup that I'm drinking from, my tea from. I can't turn it sideways, but it's a fox. Fox has been making its way into the readings today. So you are witty, you're clever, you're capable of adapting, and the energy is flowing for you. So just go with it. Take advantage of that. You know, sometimes life, you know, you've got the waves and the troughs, and right now you're riding a wave, and Spirit wants you to take advantage of that. It's a good time for you right now. Very good time for you. So take advantage of that. Pursue the opportunities. Don't worry too much about the unknown, any unknown outcomes. Don't worry too much about criticism. You will be able to deal with it. You will be able to adapt. You will be able to find a way to deal with what you need to deal with. So a very beautiful reading about confidence and just going for it. You got this. You totally got this. And so I think that's going to be it for pile 1. If you enjoyed the reading, please like, and I definitely appreciate the subscriptions and the sharing. And if you'd like a personal reading, I offer readings in my Etsy shop. That's the only place that I do readings. It is weavingfate.etsy.com. You can find me there. I have all sorts of readings that you could choose from. Those are written. I haven't put up any video readings yet, written and audio. I think I'm going to go into the video readings. That's going to start being offered in September, towards the end of August and in September. So if you'd like to wait for a video reading, you can do so and come back and check in September. But anyway, any subscriptions, any likes, any comments, I always appreciate them. I try to get back to everyone in the comments. Alrighty. Thank you so much for joining me. I do love spending this time with you, and I hope to see you in the next one. Alrighty. Bye-bye. Hey there, pal 2. Welcome to your reading. You chose the card Embrace Change, but more so this very beautiful doorway, what's beyond, right? What's beyond the doorway? Right off the bat, I feel like, and you got the little pine cone. I feel like what I'm seeing is like this hallway, but it's like door after door after door after door after door, as if I'm looking at it from above and there's like a cut through, and I can see that there are a lot of doors that you've been walking through lately. There's kind of been a lot of change that you've been going through. And you've been quite brave about this. Like, it's like you've been seeing your bravery unfold regarding just letting go of outcomes and just listening to your intuition and going with the flow of things. And it's brought you to like these, like I feel like it's a different life than you had 5 years ago, 6 years ago. So let's go ahead and get the names out. So I have the name Brandon, Martha. I also heard Marta as I opened that up, and Ruby. Brandon, Martha, and Ruby. Now, these might be names, might be your name, might not be, might be names of people you know. But if it is someone that you know, and you feel something click or resonate with you, then it might have something to do with that situation or that person. Again, I'm hearing Marta as I look at this, and I'm thinking about, like, isn't that the name of the rail in Georgia? So that might have, I wanted to say that out loud because I think that might have something, that might be something that pulls you in, or might, something might click in your mind. And also Ruby, a jewel, yet a name of a place is another thing that's coming through for me. It might be the name of a place, like Ruby Tuesdays. I'm not. That was just something that popped in, but that might not be Ruby Tuesdays, but it might like talk about a ruby ring or something along those lines. So like these two, Brandon definitely just a name, but Marta and Ruby might be references to a place. Or a place or a thing. All right, so let's get started. I have some tea leaves today. As I mentioned in the first pile, I split them up. I shuffled and split them up, and I gave them the two different crystals to top them because they're easier to shuffle on video and than to put them all out. So you're reading, I'm being drawn. The crystals are to help me to draw me in. I work a lot with crystals, obviously. It's interesting for your reading. I think that we need to get a card from each pile. So let's start with this one. I'm not going with those. That is not what Spirit wants. All right. So for pile 2, Spirit, what can I get for pile 2? Also, I think I've been drawn to 2 piles because it's saying, well, they're saying in my, I'm hearing it's 2 different things. So I don't know how that's going to resonate for you. It's 2 different things. Interesting. There's a lot of clairaudience going on for your reading today. So I also feel like that's a message in and of itself, that keep your ears open, listen, pay attention to what you're hearing. That's an important message for you. Got 2, and then this one here. So, and again, I'm feeling like I need to split things up. That things need to, they're 2 different things. They're 2 different things. Don't try and combine it into one, I'm hearing. So hopefully, well, for some of you that might be relationships. Don't combine it into one. Or perhaps even if something's being mirrored from a past relationship, don't put those 2 together. Don't put the present relationship and the past relationship together. Don't assume that what happened in the past is what is happening right now. That's a message for you. So let's start on this side, and I feel like this is tied to the past in some way. So the astral house, we have success. So it might have something to do with success. All right, we have the arrow. You're on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. Boot, increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. Apple, temptation will test you. I feel like that has something to do with the ruby. Pineapple, reconciliation. Bird perched, waiting for news, package, or letter. Harp, great happiness. Tiger, doing something risky, taking a chance. That's a lot of tea leaves. And rainbow, the most difficult part of a situation is over. And this is really important. So these I think were referring to something that happened in the past. Look at the imagery again. This is important. So that might speak to you about the situation that Spirit is referring to. But I'm going to take rainbow. I'm actually going to move harp here. Let's move these guys here. And then rainbow here. And then presently, let's see what's going on. We have wealth. Always a good card. Older woman. Dealings or relationships with an older woman. But this might be you. That's what I'm feeling. Or you might feel it's older because you've moved through the time of the situation. A period of ill health and depression. And then July. And here, look at the colors again. These beautiful, beautiful rainbow colors. Like, I really feel like there's a lot more color in your life. There's a lot more vitality in your life. That's what I'm getting from here. Then let's look at the fly here. A period of ill health and depression. And I think that's what you were coming out of. I think the situation... What I'm feeling is that the situation that happened in the past brought about some ill health, brought about some depression, but really got this change going. And you embraced it. So the most difficult part of the situation is over. So fly, you're going on that side. Shoo, fly, don't bother me. The most difficult part is over, and I feel like you're really gonna feel what's coming in now, right? Because that's what we're talking about. We're talking about what's coming in. So this is what has left this situation. And I want to point out, you're like, well, I don't want success to leave, but I want to point out this picture. What I see broken glass. I see a broken window. I see success is tainted by chaos and disruption. That's what I see in this. So you're not leaving the idea of success behind, but I think you're leaving something that you thought was successful that turned maybe you took a risk, something that was too risky, or someone else did something that was too risky because they were tempted to do so. Right? Temptation will test you. And I think that was what initiated a lot of the change. And I feel like this isn't recent past. I feel like it was the thing that opened the first door of this hallway with lots of doors. All right, could we get more information? Spirit, could we get a little bit more information? The stick or no? Let's get... I'm feeling the animals. I feel like perhaps like you found a lot of comfort in nature and animals, pets. I'm hearing animal familiar, as if you listen to the birds. You kind of just threw it all to the wind and you're like, I'm just gonna go with this idea. And then you heard I'm hearing a little birdie told you something, and that kind of got things going for you. But you also are very connected to animals, to nature, and that is, you've relied a lot on that. I think you've had to rely on yourself a lot, and you've been relying a lot on your connection to animals and nature to help guide you, to help you decide what door to open, or to open the door or not. So we have air, thought, alignment, breath, intention. And yes, this feels very like the birds were coming through a lot for me. I was feeling birds, feeling like bird song, like that is something that you're very much attached to. All right. So thought, alignment, breath, intention. And Spirit is encouraging you to continue doing that. Continue building that relationship. It really helps you with your intuition. It really will help you with bringing this abundance in, this wealth in, because that is what's coming in. I think it started in this July, but it's just starting. I feel like you're at the bottom of the wave and you're about to come up to the top of the wave, which, you know, I think I said at the start, pile 1 might have some names in there that would kind of resonate a bit with you, spark some ideas, help you with some memories, or bring memories or situations to the forefront of your mind. Yeah, you might get a little bit out of pile 1. But let's get back into your reading here, pile 2. Yes, this connection with nature, with spirit. For you, I feel like there is there's something that you are still dealing with, where there's anxiety, and that's coming from the mind, where you make a decision and perhaps you kind of talk yourself out of it. And that's the reason that Spirit is saying, trying to pull you to continue working with nature, with animals, letting, perhaps, you know, you ask a question of Spirit, or you ask, should I be doing this? And then you hear a bird just like trilling, you know, something a little unusual that you're kind of, that draws your attention. And that is how Spirit is getting through the thoughts, the anxious thoughts, or the thoughts where you talk yourself out of doing something. And I think that there's been enough time and situations where you recognize that for yourself, but you're still kind of working through that. You're still working through being able to fully trust your intuition and fully trust your own ideas, and that is what's helping you move along. Do you hear how I'm kind of like stopping? That's also some of the energy of the thoughts getting in the way, right? Also listening to other people who don't fully understand the situation, and letting them lead you. Don't give that power away, is what Spirit is saying. Don't let them talk you out of something if you know that you truly should be doing it, or you know you truly, deep down inside of you, it resonates so strongly that is what you're meant to pursue, or that is what you're meant to do, or that is where you're meant to be. And again, Martha and Ruby are popping up, and like I said, those might be tied to places or situations or things. So let's get another. We haven't gotten any tarot cards yet. You should give us a little bit of information about what's coming in for pile 2. I think that was a lot of background information, but what's coming in for pile 2? More doors are being opened. I think there's a stronger connection to Spirit for you. And Got 3 cards here. 4 of Wands, stronger foundation. Yep. The Wheel of Fortune. Things are... Let's cover this up, because that was what changed. That was the foundation. And I do feel it might have been relationship, having tied to the relationship. But the wheel is turning. You are moving on from that. And yeah, things are just changing for you. You are definitely, like I said, the wave, right? You're riding that wave, and that started, I think you really felt the change in this past July. Like you probably felt like coming up to this Lion's Gate for you, the Lion Gate portal, this time period for you. And August has felt significantly different from the past. The most difficult part of a situation is over. So, anything else you'd like to share? Yeah, yes, this card came out, was it yesterday? Or I felt like, you know, you're just kind of trusting. You're putting your intentions out there. You're putting your dreams and your wishes out there to Spirit, and you're just trusting. And that's beautiful. Like the energy that I feel is beautiful. And that will be, that you're right where you need to be. That will be rewarded, I hear. I don't know if that's the right way of putting it, but that's what I'm hearing, is that this trust will bring in what you want, right? The change that you want. And I feel like you'll see this over, like from July to July is what I'm hearing. But yes, the most difficult part of a situation was over. All right, anything else, Spirit? And we can end with one last oracle card. I was really drawn to this deck today. What is this? The Everyday Witch Oracle. I'm feeling like some of you have cats, and they really helped you through this, the initial part of this situation. And they're kind of like your familiars, your witch's familiar. We have gratitude and thanks. And there's the cat and the butterflies. The transformation has been occurring. I feel like you've wanted to feel at peace in your situation or where you're at right now. And this is what's coming in, this feeling of peace, of being okay with the decisions that you made. I think that you really questioned yourself. And for some of you, it might have been leaving something, someone, someplace. And you really questioned yourself. And people really questioned you about it. And it was a really difficult decision to make. But you did it. And you're feeling good now. Like it took a while, but you're recognizing how much better you feel. And if you're not there yet, this is what is coming in. And if you are there, there's more of it coming in. So stay in that space of gratitude and thanks with Spirit. Stay in that space of connecting with nature and with animals. They really do bring you a lot of, not just peace, but vitality, I think, in life, joy in life. And so what a great way to end this reading. All right, pile 2. Thank you so much for joining me today. It feels like a journey, and it feels like the journey has been truly successful. You've moved from what you previously thought was success to true success. Like you really feel this. And I'd like to thank you for coming and sharing this time with me, because I got to experience a little bit of that too. Thank you so much. All right, so if this resonated, if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. I'm thinking about what I'm going to do with the channel, and I really would like to create like a membership, but you know, I have to reach a certain level of subscribers and hours watched first. So that's what I think that's going to be the next goal for me, is working towards that. So that we can have our own little community here on I was going to say Facebook. I'm not on Facebook, by the way. I'm just on Instagram and YouTube, but here on YouTube. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I truly enjoy it. And I do hope to see you in the next one. Alrighty, bye-bye. Hey there, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. You chose the pile with the Inner Light card. I wanted to point out, this feels like a very elaborate key. That's what just is standing out to me. And then also the charms. You had, like, for some reason I'm calling that a postcard today. That's what's coming through. And then this is the, I want to say it's an elaborate key, but which is what I saw in that. So something about an elaborate key, but this is from a music box, you know, where you twist it up and the music plays. And then the little rocking horse, which I felt like this might have something to do with the inner child, the inner light of the inner child. And I keep wanting to just get the horse rocking, the rocking horse going. Not sure what that's about. All right. And then this is also like movement. I'm thinking of the ballerina in the music boxes, that you would wind this up and the music box would play and the ballerina would spin around on it. And there is a pull, like for me, I'm feeling like Europe. Castles in Europe, castles in the sky. And I'm not sure why. And then the names, let's see. We have Ellie. Ellie came out, I think, in this past week, right? In one of the readings. Ellie, and Visser. I think Visser also came out. I'm not sure if it was the same reading. Visser. Visker. Viscount. All right, so I feel like there's what I'm getting is like there's a pattern that perhaps you've been stuck in, a pattern of behavior, a way of doing things that maybe you've been stuck in, that's kept you from pursuing some childhood dreams, some dreams of yours, and you're looking for guidance to get things going again, to get life moving again, to pursue these dreams that you had, and actually move forward. I think that you've been trying already, but you keep feeling like you're not actually going anywhere. You keep having to start over, to wind things up again, to get movement going, and then you find yourself back, like 2 steps forward, 2 steps back, not even 1 step back. It's like 2 steps forward, 2 steps back, and you're wondering why you're not getting to where it is you want to go. So what is coming into your life right now? And that's what this reading is about. So let's see, Spirit, what would you like to share with pile 3? What's coming into their life right now? So I have 2 piles of tea leaf, the tea leaf cards. I've put crystals atop both of them because the crystals are actually helping me determine, I'm letting them help me determine what deck to pull from. And so for your deck, I'm feeling the lapis lazuli. And this calls to me a bit too, and the reason why is because this is a piece of fluorite from Africa, and that's there is travel that is part of this message. So is it travel coming into your life? Are those the dreams that you had when you were younger? Yeah, let's see. and lapis lazuli makes me think of magic. So I feel as if maybe you're feeling like your life is lacking the magic that you thought it would have when you were a child. Let's see. All right, so tea leaf cards. Spirit, what would you like to let us know for pile 2? What's coming into their life? What's coming into their life right now? What's coming into their life in the near future? What's coming into their life for pile 2, Spirit? I feel like there needs to be more. Like, I feel like I could throw this whole deck out, down, and so perhaps there's a lot of, the energy feels like there are too many choices, like the 7 of Cups card in the tarot deck. I wouldn't be surprised if that came out today. But I feel like perhaps you have too many doors open. And so Spirit is encouraging you one step at a time, one thing at a time. That's going to help get you, that's going to help bring this thing in, whatever this thing is. So we have coins. Money will be coming to you. That's always a good thing, right? Wealth, another great card. And we have the Fox, shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. I think some of you are doing your own thing, and you're wondering why it hasn't been as successful as you thought it would be when you started. Like, there was a lot of excitement and joy, and you're like, yeah, I'm putting out my intentions, and I'm waiting for it to come back. And perhaps it hasn't come back as quickly as you had hoped it would, and so you lost a little bit of that excitement and belief that things would turn out how you want it to turn out. Dreams, I just keep hearing hopes and dreams. So I feel like this reading is saying that this is what's coming in. But there's an undercurrent of something else here. I need to figure out what it is yet. And then I have February. You know, pile 1, I think it was pile 1, had 2 of these cards. I think it was Wealth and February come out. So I don't know if you were attracted to pile 1 in any way. If the image resonated with you in any way, there might be something there for you. I don't feel like it's the... Oh, maybe it could be. In that pile, there was the Rat card came out, and it said that people are working, someone is working against you or talking behind your back or something along those lines. And that could be one of the things that is occurring for you. But I also feel as if there's been some negative self-talk that you've been engaging in recently. I think you recognize that and you've already put it to the side, but that's something that you should be aware of, is if things are moving slowly or seem stopped, you're not getting the business that you thought you would. You're having to learn, Spirit is wanting you to learn to be, just take a breath and be like, okay, when the time is right. That phrase is popping out. I'm hearing it a lot. When the time is right. When the time is right. Trust that the time will be right soon. And I think that is what's coming in. So let's see, what else can we get? What other messages can we get for pile 3? We are pile 3 right now. So what else you have for pile 3? Pile 3, Spirit. What is coming in for pile 3? Family, Wolf Spirit, and family, and patience. Yeah, we felt that, right? We got that. Patience. I think for some of you, this was kind of a chance that you took. It was a risk that you took because you were pursuing your dreams. That and the way you envisioned it all happening didn't happen as quickly or in the way that you thought it would. And I feel like this was to deal with a situation brought about by the lack of movement or the amount of time that something is taking. And what I'm feeling from the Wolf Spirit card, the family card, is that, it may have, because obviously if you quit one thing to do something else, and it's reliant, and your family is reliant upon that income, that it puts you perhaps in a situation where you weren't able to contribute as much as you thought you would, or that you convinced your partner that you would be able to make, or your family that you'd be able to make, and that you probably got some pushback from them regarding that. So how did you deal with that is what Spirit wants you to think about. How did you navigate that? Because that was a lesson that's going to help you here. Navigating your feelings and your emotions, and the feelings and emotions of the other in the relationship, or the others in your relationship, is going to help you with navigating and negotiating within your business, and also navigating and within yourself, like navigating some wow, I feel like I have a loss for words, or I can't breathe. I have to keep catching my breath. So anxieties, perhaps, some anxieties that pop up, and any negative self-talk that comes up in your life when you have to deal with that. So it was something that you work through in order to set a better foundation for moving forward with your business. It really, those two things are tied together. And then of course patience. Yeah, it's felt like a bog. It's felt like you've made slow movements forward, but what's coming in, it feels like, is that success that you've been hoping for. Again, I feel like there's this trip, or there's this thing that, and I keep feeling like it's in Europe, there's this thing that you have that is your goal, or is your dream, and that's what you're planning on doing when you first get this first wave of success and wealth, and that you've been waiting and waiting to do this thing, and it's a childhood dream, and Spirit says just be patient for just a little longer. It's coming in. It is coming in. And so let's get some tarot cards. Let's see, what else do you have? What other information can you offer about what's coming in for pile 3, Spirit? Well, I was kind of stuttering a bit. Like, I feel like, stop, start. And then I just felt this release of energy, as if the door that was closed is now open. And so I'm sending that your way. I'm sending that feeling your way. Clearing that stagnant energy. We have the 4 of Cups. Yeah, part of that is, like, why hasn't it come in yet? Why haven't I experienced this thing yet? Why haven't I got the success that I thought I was going to get? I was pretty certain. I was pretty assured. It felt right. And I think that there were some things that just needed to occur first. And now it's on its way. Here comes Spirit, bringing it to you. Don't be sad. I have the King of Wands. Again, movement. 51 might be important for some of you. Like, maybe that is Might have something to do with an age. It might have something to do with, might have something to do with this business. 51. Just know that. Okay, King of Wands. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, you're recognizing, you already perhaps know this, what needed to happen before this could come in, and recognizing that things don't always move in the way that you think it's going to move. But I do feel like with this King of Wands, you've gained a lot more knowledge about when to push and when not to. That's what I heard. So we have the Eight of Pentacles. Yep. Definitely been putting in the work. I feel like there's something about helpers coming in. Like either you haven't had the help that you needed, or that you have unseen helpers. Well, I know you do. Help coming along and giving you a hand. So if you felt like things were a little bit overwhelming, or those moments where you're like, wow, that worked out, or how'd that happen? That's your spirit team. They really are just, helping you along, because, that was just something karmic that you needed to work through. I think that also kept things from moving along. Also, I'm hearing be ready for the work. Be ready for this influx. I'm hearing orders. Be ready for this influx of orders. Be ready for this influx of work. And think about how you're going to have a plan in place for how you're going to deal with the influx. Having that plan in place is going to help you deal with the overwhelm that may follow when things finally take off. We have the High Priestess. And I feel like that's sort of you. You really have been going deep and listening to yourself and learning the lessons that you needed to learn along the way. And now you have all of this knowledge and this wisdom that will be helping you when all of this comes in. And I'm seeing February again. I think that by February is when you might be in this space of, okay, well, oh my gosh, I feel a little overwhelmed. You may need to get help. You may need to hire people to help you. You may be at that point where you are hiring others to help you meet the demand. Let's see, what else do we have, Spirit? I think I need a few more. I want to get these cards here. Maybe a bit more timing for us. I know we said February, but is there anything else you can share with us, Spirit, about what's coming in? Be mutable, be versatile, flexible, and adaptable. Yeah, I feel like that's something that you learned here. How to be flexible, how to adapt, how to go with the flow. So what else is coming? What else do we have, Spirit? One last card here. Since I've used this and so far, I feel like one more needs to come out. I think fall is going to be a fun season for you. I think the first inklings of how crazy it's going to be or how successful it's going to be is going to come in the fall for you. I feel like Halloween is, Halloween, Samhain, that is a time period that's really, going to, for a lot of people, it's, downtime. You're starting to go into the downtime, to go into this space here of the High Priestess. But I think for you, this is where things might start really picking up. You're really going to feel like, oh, this might turn out to be a bit bigger than I thought it would. So let's see, and we have Sun and Stars. And then immediately I felt like some of you might be pursuing astrology, and that is the business that you have going, that you started, and you're like, you know, wondering why it hasn't really gotten started. But this also, I think, speaks to timing, right? That things might be day and night for you. And then also timing as in divine timing. And again, your chart, your natal chart might give you, astrology might give you a little bit more information. And that's not something that I'm very knowledgeable about. I'm actually just learning. But I feel that might be, astrology might be important for you. Pile 3. And so that is the message today. Let's put that right there. And that might also be why this came out, my little astrology deck. Let's get one more card from it. I feel like Spirit wants one more from that. And that was it. 8th house, metamorphosis, death, rebirth. And that is what has happened for you. That's Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio. I very much a Scorpio. And I just want to share that you know, it's not, you know, a lot of people, you know, are like, oh, Scorpio, they're so intense, right? But the light qualities of Scorpio have helped you, whether you have it in your chart or not. That those light attributes have helped to move you along. Well, do you feel how different the reading is? It feels very energy right now in this reading. From the start, where it was like a little bit intense, things have just, like, there's just this flow. Again, there's just like this flow, that block is gone. That's fascinating, and I'm wondering if you feel it. If you do, yeah, pop something in a comment below. Let me know what it is that you're, how, if you'd like to. You don't have to, but if you would like to share, you never have to do anything, right? You don't want to. If you would like to share whether you felt that change in the reading or not, that seems to be something important that Spirit wants to bring forward, wants to address. And I think it's how you feel energy. And that might also tie into that, what's coming in. And if there truly has been like this block removed, you're going to be feeling that change in energy. So stay excited, look forward, plan ahead for the success. Don't be too sad. And just be patient just for a little longer, and things are going to get moving again, and that dream will be realized. I feel like it's the trip to Europe, go look at castles or something. Buy a castle in Europe? I don't know. Anyway, I wish you all the best. Pile number 3. It sounds exciting. Yeah. Let me know how it goes. Alrighty. If you enjoyed it, please like it and subscribe. If you subscribe, that would really help me out a lot. I'm trying to hit a certain amount of subscribers so I can start the little membership area on the channel. I think that's where I'm headed next, and that would be kind of exciting to have just this little medium-sized, bigger community here on YouTube. So if you would like a personal reading, I only do readings in my Etsy shop, and that is www.weavingfate.etsy.com. It's Weaving Fate on Etsy, and I have a bunch of other readings that you can choose from, a bunch of different ones, ancestors, whatnot, right here, right now. But I think this was a very detailed message for you, so you probably don't need to buy a reading just yet. Alrighty. Thanks again for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later. Okay, bye-bye. Hey there, Pile 4. Welcome to your reading. You chose the card with the lighthouse, guidance, and also the lotus and the little notebook. I think at the start, I can't remember what I channeled at the start. I think it was like something doesn't add up or things aren't adding up. But I also just heard, don't count your chickens before they've hatched, which is good guidance. Alrighty, so let's see the names. We have Elizabeth, Freddie, Kitty, Alyssa, and James. Now these names don't necessarily have to be yours. It might not even have anything to do with you. I mean, it depends on how many people are watching this, right? But for some of you, they might be names of people, places, things, locations, right? That might, you know, bring up a memory, or might have something, a relationship with you, somebody you know, that might be a clue for whatever message comes through. So I'm going to put them to the side here. I feel like it's not, the names aren't that important. That's what I just heard. For this reading, the names aren't that important. So it's the message. But again, something doesn't add up. And don't count your chickens before they've hatched. All right, so a lot of the other piles, we had quite a bit of channeling at the start. But for yours, I feel like we need to get into the cards right away. So let's see. Shall we start with, not this deck. Hold on a second. This is what wants to come through today. What is coming in for pile 4, Spirit? We have the Orator, communication and confidence. And this card makes me feel like, if you've watched any of the ancestor readings, I think this came up in one of them, but it reminds me of communication with your ancestors. It reminds me of family, of legacy, of drawing on something that's been gifted to you, like a trait, a characteristic, likely confidence that you can draw on to help you. There's a lot of ancestor energy coming in actually for you, and I think that for this pile particularly, that's where you get a lot of your guidance. Your intuition, they help guide your intuition. When you're struggling, when you're having a hard time with things, and you're asking, you know, you're looking up to the heavens and asking for some help. Like, I need some help. I don't understand why things are going the way they are. It just doesn't make sense, you know. Your spirit, your ancestors are actually coming in. They're a big part of your spirit team. So just a little something. What's coming in for pile 4, Spirit or ancestors of pile 4? What's coming in to their lives right now? We want something tangible. Yeah, it feels the pathless, difficult decisions, lack of direction. Okay, so that actually really makes sense if you're here looking for guidance. If you're wondering why your life is the way it is right now, like why it just doesn't make sense. Why? You keep asking why aren't things happening for me? Why am I doing all of this stuff and I'm not actually getting anything out of it? Or why am I working so hard and I'm not reaping any rewards from it? And what I just heard is something needs to change. That until you create a certain change in your life that you'll stay there. There won't be anything different happening, because this is something that you're needing to experience, so that you're not so afraid of creating change in your life going forward. All right, so Spirit, we are wanting to know what is coming into Pile 4's life. And let's connect that to how they can make a change. And so just to let you know, I have 2 tea leaf. Well, it's one whole deck, but I split it in 2 to make it easier to choose a pile from. And I have crystals on top that they're going to help guide. I feel like a lot of you are wanting that one to come. So this is the pile that we are going to use. And I'm going to put this crystal here. This is fluorite. It's kind of a green fluorite. I'm going to put that right there. I feel like it really wants to be a part of your reading. If you would, something that can create change is if you work with fluorite. I feel like that's going to help you. That's going to help you with the direction. It's going to help you with the decisions. It's going to help concentrate your power. Because right now I feel like your power is kind of like, your energy is kind of like all over the place. And you're giving your power away to a lot of people. And that's why you're looking for the lighthouse. You're like, where's the lighthouse? I need help. I need guidance. Because you're having a hard time getting it from yourself right now, or hearing spirit yourself. So working with fluorite. And I'm going to say obsidian because that popped into my head just now. That's what I heard. Obsidian and selenite. Fluorite, obsidian, and selenite. Those are 3 stones, 3 crystals that will help you with your energy right now. It'll help you pull your energy back into yourself, and it'll help you with this feeling like there's a lack of direction, or that you keep being given these difficult decisions to make, and you don't know why. So that will help you there in that respect. All right, so I got 1. What's coming in for pile 4? Spirit, what's coming in for pile 4? That one really wants to come out. What's coming in for pile 4, Spirit? I feel like I needed to get that one. Let's see. That's a month, I think. Yeah. Anything else? That's coming in 2 months and 1 more tea leaf. Okay. So let's see. What do we have? We have bowl. Plenty of material things. I feel like I need to pull all of these first before we get the message. So we have the month of the year. We have June and April. We have egg. Success assured with the good plans and hard work, right? So don't count your eggs before they've hatched. And then we have eagle. Triumph over troubles and obstacles. So, June and April. This is time frame. This is definitely timing where perhaps this is when you'll really begin to feel the fruits of your labor, or the changes. I feel like this past June. There was something this past June that came up for you. And I feel like you started down a path where you felt like you were on the right path. You made a decision. You started doing something that you felt was where you needed to put your energy, and then it's kind of like it feels like it petered out or something. And now you're back to like, why do I keep having to make this decision over and over again? You're not, and then you again feel like you're not sure where you're going. And that has to do with what I heard at the start, right? Don't count your eggs before they've hatched. I think that perhaps that's a tendency you might have to, and it's not being overconfident, but it is, how to explain it? Where you're very positive about something, and so you take a little bit of extra risk with it, especially financially. You take a little bit more financial risk than you should. And then when it doesn't work out, you're back where you started. If not even a little worse. So the goal is, what Spirit is saying is, you're going to have another opportunity here. There's another opportunity for you to overcome this. But what they really want you to recognize is the change that needs to happen in order to maintain momentum and to get things to stop, going in this cycle or this circle, is to be aware of that, to be aware of your tendency to count your eggs before they've hatched. And I think that when you do that, you tend to spend more and buy things before you have money in hand. So I feel like there's a lot of credit issues that might be happening here, and that you're looking for guidance for. I think you already recognize that you do this, but it's putting it into action when the time comes, like when you feel like, oh no, everything's good, I've got this job, this time it's going to work out, or my business is, I'm starting to get more business and everything's going to work out. The guidance, especially from your ancestors, is to recognize that you have this tendency to spend before it's actually in there for you to spend. So it's kind of like taking like the energy from someplace else that you don't really have access to just yet. I don't know why I just said that, but that was... So for some of you, for all of us, it's always energetic. But that's how the energy is manifesting in your life, where it's not grounded yet, it's not anchored in yet. So you're already going and utilizing it and spending it, and it's not ready yet. It's not there for you yet. So there is another opportunity coming in for you, where you can be aware of it and act on it, where you're not taking as much risk as you have in the past. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So let's get a bit more cards here. What else would you like to share with us, Spirit? I feel like there's a lot of like this dreamy energy here, as if you have a lot of dreams, you have a lot of daydreams. You daydream a lot, perhaps, about how things are going to work out, which is good. I mean, you've got like intent, right? You have your intent of how you want things to pan out, how you want things to go. What I'm getting from Spirit and your ancestors is that you're not anchoring it in. Like, that seems to be a big thing, is you get a start, or you get this energy going, but you're not anchoring it. So how can we anchor it, Spirit? Or what else do you want to give us about this information here? What does pile 4 need to know about this opportunity that's coming in? We have Sacred Cave, spiritual growth, period of gestation and introspection. And that's really in keeping with this, the egg, right? I want to say the cosmic egg, the golden egg, the egg within you that wants to hatch, but you're not giving it the energy it needs to hatch. That's interesting. I'm not sure why we keep talking about chickens and eggs here. Like your ancestors, or maybe you have your ideas to, keep chickens and sell eggs. I'm not sure, but there is a lot of what I'm getting from this reading. There's a lot of really getting into the details of things. And I think that's what the introspection is. And this period of gestation, this is a moment of growth for you. It's a big opportunity that's coming in for you to nix this thing in the bud once and for all, and be able to move forward to attain those hopes and dreams that you have. And what you feel is actually rightfully yours. Like it is. There's all this abundance and greatness that is yours, that is there for you. It's on your path. It's just getting through this period because of how you're not anchoring that energy in. So I think that's what the sacred cave is the guidance is to really come into yourself and recognize, be that observer, right? In that observer role, recognize, see the pattern, recognize the pattern, act on that knowledge. And I think you already know what I'm talking about, right? I think you already know. So can we get another card here? A little bit more information. We have small steps, big accomplishments. Yeah. Take the small steps towards keeping this egg safe. And I'm hearing nest egg also. That's important. And whether this is a nest egg for your personal future or for business wise, that's the importance. I hear the word saving, understanding how important saving is. That is something that's difficult for you, is to see the potential in the holding phase. I hear to see the potential in the holding phase. There's great potential there. And that's what you're reaching for. I'm hearing what you seek seeks you. So it's there. It's right there. We're just kind of aligning you through this shadow work, this little bit of inner work of the introspection. Okay, what else do you have for us, Spirit? Is there anything else you'd like to share? I feel like I need to pull some tarot. I haven't done that yet, have I? All right, so I don't think this is this deck either. Let's go with this one. What else do you have to share with Pile 4, Spirit? What else do you have to share with Pile 4 about what's coming in? 9 of Swords. And this is a little bit of guidance for you regarding why you may do this thing, whatever this thing is. And I think that stress brings it on. So it might be a reaction to stress. It might be how you deal with extreme stress. It might be like you cope with shopping, right? You cope by shopping. You cope with perhaps this feeling of not having enough or not having what you think you deserve. Like that somehow affects your ideas of self-worth. But when you feel stressed out, you go to that. And then it brings you back to where you started. And so Spirit and your ancestors are saying, recognize the patterns. Recognize the patterns. And perhaps that's what all these stars are. Like what I was drawn to, like constellations, right? And here we have 6 of Swords. So yes, you're leaving that. So this opportunity that's coming in is providing you a chance to just move away from it. With the knowledge that you have, if you can act on that knowledge, you will leave that. It will no longer be a part of your life. We have the 5 of Hearts. I think it is tied to perhaps self-worth. So another, thing for you to recognize how you can change. I'm hearing it might not be you, and this may be a message, not that you're not the person this message is directed to. This might be directed to someone else, because I feel like there might be This might be the root of someone's hoarding issue. And it has to do with heartbreak. It has to do with self-worth. It has to do with stress and trauma. And if you're looking for an answer to how you can help someone deal with that, there's something to do with the egg. It's like helping them triumph over these obstacles by helping them see patterns in their behavior, and then through that going deeper into how they feel about, themselves. I'm not a psych, just letting everybody know that. So that might be something to take to a professional. Is there anything else you'd like to share, Spirit? And then we have the Nine of Pentacles, and this is, for me, the card of financial independence. So for those of you, well, it's a good outcome overall, so this opportunity that's coming in, take this opportunity to deal with the hard stuff. Take this opportunity to deal with the hard stuff, because you're going to be supported in getting through that and getting to the triumph, getting to see that golden egg open. Is there anything else you want to share here, Spirit? Anything else you want to share for pile 4? There is a good outcome to all of this. If you're fearing that, for some, I think you feel like you might not be strong enough to get through it. And that's where the crystals are going to come in. They're going to help you focus and keep your energy within yourself to grab onto your power, especially the fluorite. The obsidian will help with dealing with the obsidian, and the selenite are going to help you with dealing with the difficulty of some ingrained patterns, or some how you deal with that, with the trauma. So yes, the opportunity is coming in, where you're going to recognize that this is the help that I've asked for, and this is the help that I need, and this is the opportunity that I was hoping for. And again, I'm going to come back to doing something different, right? You have to do something different in order for the situation to change. So pull your energy in, focus. I even hear like meditating, like going inward, taking small baby steps. And this might take a little bit of time to get through, but the prognosis is great, that you will, the outcome is great, that you will be successful, that you will have this triumph over the troubles and the obstacles, that you will get to this point where, you'll have lots of golden eggs and not just one. And you will be able to, we talked about, I said there was a dreaminess. So you have a lot of dreams and you have a lot of things you want to do in your life. And this opportunity is going to help you get to those. And I think that's what keeps you very hopeful, right? That brings you a lot of hope and a lot of joy to daydream about the things that you're going to do, the things you're going to have, and the places you're going to go in life. And again, the outcome is good. Just remember that it takes a little bit of change on your part to get the ball rolling. So let's see. We have gratitude and thanks. This came out in one of the other piles. I don't remember which one. When I do the readings, I often forget the message. Like as soon as I'm done, as I'm clearing the space, I'm done. It's like when I channel, and when it's done, it's done. I don't know why that came out, but I was guided to say that. So in one of the other piles is this card, and perhaps that is what that pile had worked. This is what that pile had worked through. So if you go and listen to that pile, you'll see what a beautiful outcome. I think it was pile 2. What a beautiful outcome can occur, and this card really encompasses it, is that if you approach all of these changes with gratitude and thanks, where you're thankful that you're being given the opportunity to, you keep being given the opportunity to make a different decision. Be grateful for it, and it will keep coming. Even if it doesn't work out the first time, or this next time, or the one time after that, you're going to be given the opportunity over and over again. So be grateful for that. Be grateful to your ancestors who are actually a big part of this, because they want to see you succeed. They know that you're very, very capable of doing so. Your ancestors see your greatness, and they know that you're the one that's dealing with this in your family, the one that has to deal with it. It is a difficult trauma to overcome, but that you are strong enough to reach that point. I'm going to pull one more card here for you, because I feel like there should be one more. What else do you have? For pile number 4, Spirit. Hibernation and regeneration. So that's going inward and taking that time. When you need to rest, rest. I feel like I'm having to lay these cards a little sideways. And I do feel like here April is popping out here. I do feel like this is going to be a significant month for you, where you're going to see the work that you've done blossom, and you will feel completely different. I really want to pull another card, but Spirit is like, stop. Stop. The message has been given, and I think that might be the feeling that you have when it comes to dealing with that situation, or the stresses or the traumas, that you feel like, just one more, one more isn't going to hurt. And they want you, that's a signal for you. If you're hearing in your mind, oh, just one more, pay attention, because that is Spirit stepping in and trying to guide you. Okay? They're saying not just one more chance at changing. That'll be consistent. But when it comes to the, perhaps for some of you it's a spending thing. When it comes to that, or a hoarding thing, when it comes to that, no, you don't need one more. Go inward, figure out why you feel that way. Choose to break that cycle, and then you're going to see the accomplishments just pile up. You're going to see the change happening. You'll see more of these being laid, and you will overcome that. Getting to that place of independence and financial freedom. All right. That's it. I'm going to stop right there. We're not going to continue this on. It was a long reading, and I'm very grateful if you stuck around to the end to hear the message. I think this is a very important message from Spirit, and that is the guidance perhaps that you were looking for. Know that your ancestors and your spirit team are there to help you, to support you, to get you through this time. They are very strong. You have a lot of ancestors that came in for this today. You are very loved. And even if you feel like you aren't, know that you are. You're very, very loved. You are so loved. There is so much love just flowing into this reading and coming in around you. It is. It's quite beautiful. And if you take a moment to just take a breath and relax, I think you're going to feel it also, because it is so strong. Just ask your ancestors to come in and give you strength and give you love, and they will be there to do that for you. Alrighty, Pile 4, thank you so much for joining me. If the reading resonated, please like, and if you feel like hearing more readings from me, subscribing really helps me out. I said one of my goals, I've told the other piles, one of my goals is to get enough subscribers so that I can have a little membership area, so that I can, offer a bit more create our little soul tribe here of those of us wanting to, you know, create change and progress in life, to connect with spirit, to connect with our spirit team, with the divine. There is something else coming through, and it has to do with your gifts and your talents, and they want me to just stop now, but there will be a reading, I think, in the future that's going to be about what your gifts and talents are. That we'll talk about it then. Or if you'd like a personal reading, you can hit up my Etsy shop. That's the only place that I do readings. But I'm going to stop you now because you don't need one more. This is what you needed, and I'm glad that I was able to provide it for you today. So that'll be something in the future. Alrighty. Thanks so much for joining me again, and I do hope to see you next time. Alrighty. Bye-bye.